This is also very simple dessert. I used to do it back home. I used to do it more in the summer because that's when the strawberries are the best there. But all we're doing, you take your whole strawberries, rinse them off very lightly with cold water. The cold water in Michigan is about 45 degrees. The cold water here is like 65, 70. So it's a little bit more shocking to the fruit. So, you know, I take a container, I fill it with water, I swish it around, I drain it. That's it. And then what you're gonna do is just remove the tops. You don't want any of that discoloration that's in there. That's not gonna have a sweet flavor. It's gonna be bitter. It's gonna be a little bit tougher, you know. So some people like to, you know, hull them, but what's gonna happen is you're gonna save, when you scoop out that green, you save all this part around there. You don't want that in there. That doesn't have a good flavor. So, and this is a flambé dessert, meaning it's gonna be cooked at a relatively high heat in a pan, so you don't wanna cut these super thin. You know, I would say 1/4 inch is pushing it, but that neighborhood for sure. And then I did some ahead of time just because the process takes about 20 to 30 minutes. But what you wanna do is you take some white granulated sugar, just like we have here. You put this in a bowl, okay? And then you're putting a liberal amount of sugar on there. You know, you wanna heavily coat that. Now, if you add a little bit of alcohol in here and let it sit, it's called macerating. And that's how you end up, you know, that's how they make cherry flavored liqueurs, orange flavored liqueurs, stuff like that. This is more, I don't know if there's such a thing as sugar macerating. This is more our friend osmosis when we were discussing that with the brining. That's how they started. This is how they've ended. And what's going on is that sugar is being absorbed by the fruit, and conversely, some of the liquid is coming out of the strawberry. So when you make a flambé dessert, you know, you have your butter in there, that's your cooking medium, that's your richness, but you need some liquid. You know, in Bananas Foster, we have a lot of the Myers rum and a lot of sugar and a lot of butter, and that's what forms the basis. This is a very small flambé as far as the alcohol content is concerned. So I want to have that extra juice in there to give me some more flavor and just to give me more to work with. So that was just sliced strawberries, white sugar, nothing else. I would say at least 30 minutes. If you can go a little bit more, that's not a bad thing either. I have my pan over here. It's probably on, as far as shell point stovetop would be concerned, I'd say medium, roughly. And the test is always when you put your butter in the pan. Your butter is gonna tell you how hot your pan is. So when I see sizzling like that, that's a good thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get just a few strawberries in there. I'm gonna bring this over here. And then all you do, you have a little bit of that in there. Same principle as with when I did the Bananas Foster. I don't want it all in there because I want to break down some of this fruit for the flavor, but then I want some of that fruit to go in raw at the end because that's gonna not be as mushy as this will. So as that's in there, I would say about 1 shot. If you're doing triple sec and razzmatazz, it's half and half, okay? Take that off the heat, put that in there. There's your flambé. Okay, the flame's gone. That means the alcohol is gone. So our berries are gonna go in there. We want all that juice in there because that juice is gonna add flavor. And then I like to put just a tiny, tiny splash of cream in there. You can always add more, can't take it away. So there's maybe an ounce. And I'm doing that so that I'm ending up with a little bit of sauce with it, okay? Nice consistency, nice sheen. And then what I have also is I have some vanilla ice cream over here that I scooped ahead of time. And then I have some cookies. You can use whatever kind of cookie you want. This one is actually a little bit of a toffee cookie. Not because I wanted to use that cookie, I couldn't find the one that I did want to use, but for visual purposes it'll be fine. We do have a white chocolate macadamia cookie, sometimes that would be fine. If you like pound cake, you can take pound cake, cut that into little cubes, roast that off at 350, and that is, pound cake and strawberries is a wonderful combination. You could take a biscuit, you could take white chocolate shavings, you know, there's a lot of different things you could do. But this dessert, it does need a little bit of something on the top, if you think so. So if you don't, no problem. Get some of the strawberries on there and get some of that sauce in there too, because there's just as much flavor in the sauce as there is in the strawberries because it's simmered. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of this cookie right on top. You can put a little bit of whipped cream in there, put a piece of mint if you're trying to look fancy. I would strongly recommend pound cake, just cut into cubes and roast it. You know, just roast it at 350, and that crunch that's gonna be in there is gonna be wonderful. So this is Flambee dessert number 2. I can do other desserts, believe it or not, but I got a lot of feedback from the Bananas Foster, and I do enjoy Flambee desserts because they're very simple. You get to eat ice cream, and there's just a ton of good flavor in there. But maybe one of these times I'll show you my grandma's applesauce cake, or you know, we'll do a peach cobbler or something else fun that I love also. So anyway, that is it for our meal. Ever since we started filming these, I believe about 6-7 months ago is when we started. I've always been asking Teddy, hey, if you have anything that you would like to see, because as much as I enjoy cooking, I like to be cooking what people want to see. You know, that's kind of where the excitement is. You know, can I deliver? You know, can I make something that is gonna, this person who wants me to make a pasta dish with lemon and asparagus and shrimp, can I deliver the flavor that they're hoping to get? You know, or in this case, steak or strawberries or whatever it is. So I've been telling that to Teddy ever since we filmed, and we've gotten a lot of positive feedback. I appreciate that so much. And we got our first email requesting something within the last 2 days. So the ship had already left the, the dock by that time. I knew what I was gonna do, but there was an email received in the last day or two, I believe 2 days ago, and they wanna see something with artichokes. Artichokes is in season, are in season, March through May. So when we get into that time period, I will promise you I'm gonna do at least one, if not 2 things with some artichokes. So we received your email, thank you very much. Anyone else that has anything else they'd like to suggest, you know, as always, I want people to watch this show and be entertained. I want them to be confident if they feel like they wanna cook the items themselves. But the vision I have in the future is that this show is gonna be based off of information I'm getting, what Shell Point residents want to see. In the meantime, I will keep coming up with stuff that is fun and simple with big flavors, but we would love to hear from you, so feel free to email Teddy. And that's all I got. Thank you.